more stress. On a serious and a sad note, boys, we had a funeral on Monday. Cosy, one of our regulars, was buried. Only 38, I think Cosy was, and he died playing football, big Cardiff fan. We just heard some more bad news that Richard Bull, one of the lads who's coming with us on Saturday booking the bus, he died suddenly as well. So we've lost 2 Cardiff City fans this week. We need everyone we can get, and we lost 2 this week. So I think we want to have a minute silence. So it's having in the ground for every Tom, Dick and Harry is different, but these are lads who we've grown up with. So I think the least we can do is have a minute silence, and then we'll get into all the stuff, alright? So I think we'll have a minute and share it with them, right? Perhaps you shouldn't have sat. We're going to have another minute silence. I don't know if you heard about Big Sam. This is serious now. Big Sam has been taken to hospital. Thought he had a heart attack, but he's out now. He's had hiatus hernia, but he's asked us to have a minute silence because apparently they charge him £5 for parking his car in the car park. And the shock really fucking killed him. So we can't make light to death, alright? But we got gallows humour. When we were at Cosy's funeral on Saturday, everyone was around, really emotional. He had a 12-year-old daughter, it was really sad. And one of the last things the minister said, he said, I realised how much a part of Cosy's life, or Andrew's life, the Cardiff Blues were. And I thought, oh, for fuck's sake. So he's a Cardiff fan all his life, and as he's dying, they link him to the rugby club. But perhaps I'd rather one of them go than one of us. So there's a little bit of relief there, but you got to laugh. We all got a sick humour, and it was sad, and but at least we can join in with his family, and we've done a little bit. So anything we can do. We're having a match in the summer. We all want to support, so we've gone from there. Now, most of us are here because of what's happening in the club, but I want to whip through some quick stuff, and then what we're going to do, Vince is going to come up as well. We'll have a chat. We'll tell you how we see things, and it's up to people to do what they want to do, alright? But we got to decide it between us and do what you want to do, just give all the things that's happening, basically. Couple of the craps that was going on at the moment. Wolves, most of you know about the pictures in the Echo. It's in a letter through, I've told the boys this actually. It's in a letter in the Echo today of Graham McCarthy. David Hemming, for all his failings, writes a mean letter, and he wrote a stinker to the police regarding the Wolves situation, saying they should have been consulted, whatever. But Graham McCarthy, who overseen it, he's the sort of match commander, had a right bollocking, and he wrote a letter, a letter. And it's great to see a chief superintendent with his tail between his legs, but this bloke was stuck right up his arse today, right? He apologised to everyone who'd been in the Echo, whose picture was shown, it shouldn't have been shown or whatever. So he was eating humble pie, but that's no benefit to the boys who that's no benefit to the boys who put in the Echo. What we have heard, they've interviewed the boys who were had a ring around their head. We've heard one boy's on bail and going to go to court next week on Section 5, and his crime, and this is from what I heard, is he was seen walking the wrong way from the buses. Right, and this is as true as I know. And his solicitor said, yeah, what's the crime? But we said, well, he was walking the wrong way from the buses. I said, was he throwing something into them? And he said, no. But he's been charged with Section 5 as a... So, Coxey's been charged with looking aggressive. They'd have to charge half the Grange in every week, wouldn't they? It's mad, but even our own police have said the evidence they got is crap, basically. The video's crap. We've got people from the ground are going to go and give evidence. We've got this chap from the Football Licensing Authority who works for the Crown. He wants to go and give evidence. So, if any of you know the boys are going to court next week, they've got to plead not guilty next week, and then we've got to get a case together, and everyone's got to go up and do that, right? So that's that bit of the way. Coventry situation, big plans to go up and watch the academy is changing with a minute. We've heard tonight now that they'd already moved the academy game from 11 till 12, but we've also heard tonight now, if it's come back this up, that they've cancelled the under 18s now because Aston Villa are going over to Dallas. So there is a game up, it was under 16, but it's not till 12 o'clock. So I think we've got to swing a few buses going to watch under 18s for half an hour, but not an hour lot, like I think they'd be straight in the pubs now, so we'll have a chat after amongst ourselves and whatever, but we've got options of going to Coventry, so we'll have to speak to the reps, everyone can do their own thing. I've sent 2 letters this week on behalf of all the RAMS, one to Graham Kavanagh, thanking him for what he's done and saying not to worry about when he comes back here with Wigan, that there's no we're not going to bear any, we're not going to axe the grind with him, and if he scores for us, against us, we've got to accept that, you know. But what I will say, I was going to ask Terry's your night, Terry Phillips, was what we've got to watch is, we got Simon Howarth kicked out of Wigan, asking him to do the Ayatollah match. We've got to watch, if we've ever felt for Graham Kavanagh, what we can't have him doing is the Ayatollah all match. That would be really embarrassing. So I think what we've got to arrange with the Echo as well is, you know, ask the fans to lay off Cav till the end of the match, and I'm sure he'll come over and celebrate with us or commiserate either way, but don't go ask him all through the match and then, you know, call him a wanker because he can't do that at all. He's with another club now, and we got to accept that, and sadly that's the case. Andy Leck, for all you know, is sad and funny actually. The sad part is he's got this tumour again in his neck, maybe cancerous. He'd had one out with Cardiff and it was benign, but they reckon this one may be cancerous, so he's got that going on at the moment. So I wrote him a letter saying we still think about him and blah blah blah, and hope he comes through alright. But we've been looking on the Peterborough board, and he's taking some shit because the other week apparently he was confronted in town by a couple of Peterborough fans, him and his wife. And he went in the press about apparently the week after saying, how do you think he feels? He said he's gone from the club with the best supporters in the world to the club with the worst supporters in the world. So he's a bit of popular up there as a fart in a phone box, so look out. Austria news. Snowy's up to date, I think, isn't he? Are we alright with snow?
Yeah, we have so it's 96.
Right.
We've arranged transport as well now from the airport to the hotel and back, so as well, and we.
You can get into the town centre, so
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
get to the hotel.
Alright, but that's all in with the price as well.
That's all in with the price.
Yeah, we've arranged some sort of transport to get us to the town centre. Alright.
And he's got some phrase books, you know, how much for a short time trawling in German. We got that, haven't we? And,
That's amazing.
whatever. Coxey's trying to sell his seat pretty cheaply, I'd imagine, now at the moment, isn't he? He's alright to go, is he?
Fridge Magnitos.
Vince has got 4 seats left on the bus. If anyone, along with Big Sam and shit's going to fly in, there's still some seats on the supporter club bus. Going over, stopping on the route. They've got a great set of plans. If anyone wants to go, I'll word with Vince after, and you know, how we get is irrelevant as long as we all get and have a crack. Maybe the only team we've got left to support at the end of this week. So that's happening. We were in the process today, came up with some sort of ideas. Vince and myself and Corky, we had a big chat, and we went on the club. We're trying to get something sorted for Ipswich. We are looking at a crew, but it depends how things pan out. You know, it's all well and good saying they want a crowd there, so we're always going on about the cheap prices. So we wanted it to be for Ipswich, that it was £2 for kids and £5 for adults in the Canton stand and the ball bank, whatever. And the club is up there all the stuff. All the season ticket holders will mourn about, you know, if they want to mourn, then I'm fucking mourn. I just want to see the ground full now, and if that helps the team to perform, then great. But we are looking at that. It'll more likely be for the crew match if it comes off, because there's rugby. The football kicks off at 1 o'clock. I think the rugby's on 4:30. So if we can get a load of parents and the kids down, they can still come to the match, get home and see the rugby if they want to. So last going off today, we sold over 1,200 tickets a crew, which is quite Coventry, which is quite a crowd considering we've got 40,000 Welshmen up in Scotland. It doesn't on Radio Wales, as I said on Radio Wales, you know, we talk about players going, and I said about the atmosphere on the Saturday and the performance of the team, how good it was. And I said, if the team perform like that every week and the fans behave like that every week, perhaps we should sell a fucking player every week. But I hope Sam and fucking listening, because I think he might be. But no, in all seriousness, boy, the ones that were there was tremendous, right? What I thought was funny in an ironic way was, for those who went to Sheffield, we went to Sheffield and we were winning 1-0, and we had the game sorted up and Cav got sent off, and everyone was calling for Cav's head on the pitch, booing Cav, and the week after, and everyone was booing him when we actually played against, when he played against Sheffield, and when he didn't play him, we cheated his fucking name all through the match, which I thought was a bit ironic. But the support and the atmosphere there was fantastic on Saturday, and the players gave it their all. But I don't know how long they're going to keep doing that, or be able to keep doing that if we strip the club too much. So we gotta hope, you know, everything settles down. End of season do. Vince is totally sold out. He's got a massive waiting list now for his ones. We got some who haven't paid, and if we don't,
They're more or less all.
they're all done now, are they? So the end of season do is full now. what we normally have is a player, is 10 on a table, 9 supporters and 1 fan, but one player. But what we can do this year, there's 40 tables and there's 1 player just got to sit on each one for 30 seconds throughout the night, right? Because they haven't signed a player yet, mind. But right. I don't know how best to talk about the club or whatever. Vince, you want to get up as well? And we'll have a chat. But I'll say, you know, we've got people on the net saying you're either with Sam or against Sam or whatever. It shouldn't have to be like that, right? It's not a case of with Sam or whatever. I'm going to say some things I feel, and it's with Vince as well, and we all got to decide what we want to do. Now, Thursday night when I heard the car had gone and all the players were being stripped and whatever, I was really tamping. You've seen the mug, a bigger mug, we went bananas, right? And then Sam turned up. I thought, well, I'd been told he was out of the country, so I started getting a bit suspicious, perhaps I'd been told shit on purpose. Now, the regional developers, and apparently, for those that don't know, there's a big meeting today, and they're no nearer sorting that out than they were 3 months ago, apparently, right? But we'll go into that, Now, what Sam said, these regional developers are putting it off and blackmailing us, basically, the longer it goes on, the more desperate we'll be, we might take less money and whatever. Now, the way I seen it initially was that Sam was proving to them that he would sell cab, he would sell whatever he had to keep going, just to force them into it. And I thought for a while it did work, because that happened on the Saturday. On the Sunday they phoned, they said a meeting for today, right? So I was hoping, it was optimistic. The other thing I tended to think was, Michael Isaac and the directors are saying there's a unified front there, and they still say that. I spoke to Michael Isaac tonight, and he's saying, I'll go more into that now. But Stevie Wonder could see there was more to it than that, right? Now, I think what happened last week was that they were willing to put money in, but on conditions, and Sam wouldn't accept the conditions. We know what Sam is like. It's, I've come this far and whatever, and we got to accept a bit of that, right? Sam has set it all up. I'm not worried where this £24 million has come from and whatever. I don't need to know all that. If he hasn't got any money, he's bluffed it. He's done a fucking good job of bluffing it, because we're at such a close stage. And if it had come off 2 years ago, then we wouldn't be in this position. But if the man has run out of money, he's never come out and said he's got £100 million. Yeah. If he has run out of money, then what? Does he put his hand up and say I'm skint? You can never imagine Sam doing that. But if Michael Isaac's prepared to put in money and someone accept it, then it's a bit more sinister. But it depends what Michael Isaac has asked for. But it looks like Sam has had his own way, and as much with the directors. They're all putting on a unified front. Now, Sam came to the meeting on Friday, and we'd all, the passion and the tears and all the spiel again, and it does get a bit thin, right? But we went out in the night for another sort of 6 hours, and after about 20 minutes of talking, certain things he said made a little bit of sense, all right? Made a bit of sense about the developers and whatever. So I give him the grace of God and said, hold on. But the other thing, where Vince was coming from, which I went along with in the end, was if Sam was telling the truth and we stabbed him in the back, then we would turn into the enemy. Sam has always said, anybody in his company have always said, if this club turns on me, I'll fucking wreck it. He said that from the start. It's not he's saying it now, but what he's saying now is if I go down, everything goes down with me. Alright? Now my worry is that he becomes vengeful. I've said all the way through that if he leaves the club in a better position, we'll accept that. If he's tried his hardest and has failed, let us go on with it. But if he's vengeful and he wants to wreck us, then that is a worry, alright? And he could do that. Now, if we all come out and turn on him, which is possible, then he might wreck the club, alright? So we've got to think long and hard about what we're going to do. It doesn't have to be an official party. Like many supporters organisations, people saying we've got to distance. Yeah, we can distance ourselves a little bit, but obviously he's worried about the directors now because they want something. He doesn't trust people in the club. If all the fans totally turn on him, then he's going to be on his own, and he could just fuck us up. Now, we've always said in the beginning, if he came to the club, got us on our feet, got us a new stadium, and made a pot of gold and walked away, I think we're all happy enough for him to do that, as long as he don't wreck the club. We can cope with that. My worry is now is he could do it and wreck us, or if it doesn't come off, he could wreck us anyway. So these are things we've got to think about. If things change, then we got to, a lot of us sit on the fence, and I'm one of them. But if things change, then we got to group together, have a look at what we can do about it, whether we have a supporters trust or whether we do whatever. We can hope that the council will take up the reins. I said to Michael Isaac tonight, about going into administration. I said, would that be such a bad thing? And he said, yes, the last thing we want. Because I thought, if we went into administration, in my simplistic mind, that Michael Isaac will pick it up for a song, but I don't think it's as simple as that, alright? So I'll let Vince have a chat now and I have a pint, and then we'll all have an open forum. But don't have a slang. All you got to remember, boys, we're in it together. It's not Sam and Man up here and whatever. This is people amongst you. We want what's best of the club. I'll be long year after Sam has gone, and so will Vince. All of us have been there before, we've been there after. We want what's best of the club, alright? If you've got to take a step back, we'll take a step back and get on with it, right? I would still take, I keep saying this, I would still take where we are now for where we were 9 years ago. We were one off the bottom of the 4th division with nothing. And, you know, I said, we've done a TV thing today, I said, I'd have took the Yorkshire Ripper on as an investor if you had the money 9 years ago. So, whatever happens, I would still take what we got now. It's worrying times. I am hoping that they can do the deal with regional developers and no one else is going to be sold. But if they do get sold, if they sold for a fair price, market value, then perhaps we could accept that. But you know, if it's panic buying and whatever, panic selling, then I'm going to be a bit more than concerned. So let Vince have a chat now.